So we are back again for, I don't know, like part 5 of this video. Hopefully today, or through this video, we get the square body running, we test drive it, we get the bed on it. I want to get a lot done to it. It's a 3-day weekend, Memorial Day weekend. It's Saturday morning, but we also have a lot else to do. I have let the garage go to shit. I need to clean the garage. I gotta do some mowing. Gotta till the garden a little bit, keep the weeds out of it. Main thing is the square body. We're gonna smoke some food this weekend. We're gonna drink some beer this weekend. But yeah, we got a lot to do. Yeah. But yeah, the main thing is the square body. We are going to try to get carb, distributor, get the coolant lines hooked back up, get the kick down cable. That's my main concern on how I'm going to hook that up, because where it came off the throttle body, that pin isn't, I can't remove it. I'm going to O'Reilly's here this morning. I'm going to see if they have anything maybe I can put in. But yeah, quite a bit to do. Should be a fun weekend. Daughter's birthday today, so we're going to do some stuff with her too, but get the four-wheelers out, let them rip around the yard. We might even put the starter on the purple four-wheeler. From that video a while back where Bailey was putting the starter on there, the starter was junk. I've had a new one for a while, I just haven't messed with it. But now we have that. I don't know, this video, it's mainly going to be the square body, but it may be a little everywhere. But start out my morning, I'm going to change the oil in the wife's Yukon. We're going to get that done, and then we need to go to Owensboro. Daughter's got guitar lessons, and I got a bunch of money to spend at the parts place. Ordered all my stuff last night for my brakes. Got brake hoses, brake pads, calipers. I go pick my sending unit up today. It was going to be a little longer than I wanted it to be, so we got that. I ordered a new fan. This did have, the one time it was warm, I drove it down the highway, I got up to about 60, and it kept wanting to get warm on me. So I changed the thermostat, I changed the radiator cap. I don't know if the slip fan was bad or whatever, or the slip clutch or whatever. Clutch fan, whatever you call it. Not sure about that, but I'm going to go ahead and change it. And then before I go to the power tour, I'm going to make that same trip, see what it does. The only other thing that I think it could be is the water pump or the actual radiator. It's not the greatest shape, but I think it'll work. But yeah, we'll button up the gauges in this video. Carb, distributor, get it running, all the coolant lines, sending unit, wire up our fuel pump, try to put the bed on it, get it leveled back up. I think this side of the frame, the top part of it, like pulled part of just like, let me see, I'll get you flipped around here. I think, where is it at? I actually think the top part of the frame pulled up. I can't remember quite where I seen it at. But we have, on this side of the frame, we have a gap where the bed rail doesn't lay down on the frame, the little cross members. But on that side it does. So we'll look closer into that. Oh, and we got to put some wheels on. So the bed, the sending unit, the fuel pump, the wheels, button up the gauges, the carb, the distributor, get it running. figure out what these wires we need, what wires we don't need. Hopefully we're test driving this thing by, I would like to say tomorrow evening or Monday morning. Good old Memorial Day drive. But I don't know. I'm gonna go change some oil real quick, and I'll get back with you after we get some parts. See how everything's going. I get right back with you. Just a short little update on changing the oil. Everything's going fairly smooth, except for when you pull the oil filter off, you drain the oil, and now you can't find the oil filter you just bought. My little 3-year-old, she has a tendency to come out here and like to take the stuff that's most important that I need. So I guess I'm gonna hunt for an oil filter now. Might have to go buy a new one, I don't know. But I figured I'd give you a little update. I guess keep track of your oil filters and check before you drain the oil and take the filter off. But it's the usual Saturday around here. We'll be back with you later. Well, we're starting the video a little later than expected. It's already dark. And we're already drinking. But I'm going to drop the distributor in. Finally got all shit done. We grilled and had birthday cake and all that for my daughter's birthday. I'm going to drop the distributor in. Bailey's going to drop this fuel tank down. We're going to change the sending unit on it. And then while he's doing that, finishing that up, I'm going to start on the carb. We're going to try tonight to get really close to being ready to try to fire this thing up. But I don't know how it goes. I'll turn the phone over to Bailey and let him talk you through this. Basically on the distributor, if nobody's ever done it, I got number one at top dead center. I got to go in with a flathead screwdriver and line my fuel pump tab up, or my oil pump tab up, and then I'll drop the distributor in pointed this way. Once I get it dropped in, I might have Bailey come up there and record what it'll look like or something, but he's pretty well going to take over the phone while I do this, because this is nothing real big. And then all I got to do is put the gasket on, and I've got 4 bolts bolt down the carburetor. And I did get some stuff today. Well, I guess we'll get to that when we get to it. I got some little, it's like little nipples that stick out on the side of the carburetor with the throttle body. And I got little adapters to hook up to the Edelbrock. So I think I should have everything to make this thing run and move, but I'm sure I don't. So we'll go from there. But I'll turn this over to Bailey, have him let you know how he's doing.
The point where we are at now, we got our new sending unit in. We're waiting on a soldering gun and some soldering wire. I got that done. Next thing we got to do is just bolt her back up. Should be good to go. Up here, Nathan's been working on the carburetor. He's got it mounted in, ready to go. We just got to hook fuel lines up. We had a little confusion earlier with the 4 barrels as to why they weren't actuating. And you guys can chew our asses in the comments for not realizing this, but with the electric choke, if the electric choke is engaged, then the 4 barrels will not work. Well, the 2 other barrels besides your main. So we move the arm that controls the choke, then we're allowed to actuate our 4 barrels. So we got it mounted up now. We know it works. We'll be hooking fuel lines up to it. Nathan, like we said, we got the distributor all hooked up, ready to go. We got to put plug wires on still, but it's getting closer every minute. So y'all stay tuned, and we'll see where we can get with it. All right, we are back on this fine morning.
Last night you may not have got a lot of information on what we got done, but we did get half the spark plugs changed, got the distributor in, got the cap on, got the carb mounted, got the fuel line hooked up, and bought these little nipples here to boat up so that we can hook our stuff up. We were having problems with the fuel pump. Last night we wasn't thinking straight. We was going to actually solder it, but it's like a little plug there where you're going to try something to see if we can get it to work. I got a little one of them butt connectors, but it's actually, I could order that and they'd have it here Friday. I don't want to wait. So I'm going to try to find one, or I'm going to try to use these butt connectors, but I'm going to see how well these fit on there and then get right back with you. Hopefully we can get that hooked up, get the tank back in it, and get the bed on it. We're going to have a little, play some cornhole and stuff in here, so I got to clear out a bay. So I'll get right back with you after I see if this will work. Alright, so Bailey's putting the tank back in. I don't know if you can see it or not. Where's our flashlight? That little red elbow is off of the solenoid on a Ford car. They'll work. We checked it and it's all worked. You got it all put back together. He's tightening that up. I'm having a great day with losing everything. I've lost pliers I don't know how many times, and plug wires are on. Doing the thermostat now if we could find the housing. But we're just doing simple stuff, putting it together. We actually are going to try it here shortly. See what it does. But I gotta find this thermostat housing first, so I'll get right back with y'all. As you see, our bed's gone. We have got it back on the truck. It's not, why is this zoomed so much? Oh, shoot. We got it back on the truck. We didn't record it. It was kind of a hassle, me and Bailey carrying it around. That's done. Everything's hooked up here. Well, kinda. We had problems getting fire, so we ran the old Derby way and we ran it straight to the battery. And got the hose hooked up over there. We're just gonna try this out. I gotta get to cleaning and get this ready for whoever comes over tonight, but we're gonna try to start it. See if it will work. Some of this stuff's probably not what you want to do when you're at home. How about the fuel pump wires?
We don't do it the right way or the wrong way. We do it our way.
How about the fuel pump wires? Got that one wire ready? All right, here's the test. See if it'll run.
Holy shit! It's a bit squeaky, but it does run. I'll hand Bailey the camera.
I think it's gonna need a little flood, but it will run. It will smoke, but it'll run. So we're gonna put a little transmission fluid in it, try to pull it out, and try to get this mess cleaned up. But we will get, it might be tomorrow. We're not gonna do much more today. The main thing we want to do today is done. So thanks for messing that up. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you tomorrow. Alright, well, finally back again here. Been having some stuff going on today. But today I have, well, if you haven't noticed, this side doesn't look the best, but we cleaned up around here. Bailey helped me out quite a bit cleaning yesterday. And we pulled the truck out, spun it around, put it back in. The bed's on it. It's still, I don't think it's perfect. You can still see where, if you really look at it, you can still see where it's kind of crooked. I don't know. The only thing I know to do is I'm gonna climb underneath it and look and see if I can see any point where it needs, the frame needs bent down, because I just couldn't find it before I put the bed back on it. Or slide a 1/2-inch washer on this side and I think it'd be perfect, but I really don't want to go to that. I don't know if maybe the bed's twisted from the wreck or how it is, but that's still not perfect. But we're getting close, and then we're kind of getting further. I went through yesterday and I made a list of every little bitty thing that I could think of. I'm sure I'll add to it. The other stuff is the spares for the tour. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to try to get this bracket bolted down. I'm going to try to make the factory one work somehow or another. It goes back there on the very back bolt. And then if I space it out, it goes back to the very back one. If I space it out, I think I can put it right here. Put the front one right there, put a little space on it. But I don't know yet. We'll see how it goes. This adjustment's fairly important, so we'll have to see how it all goes. I don't know. We'll try to get this bracket on, and I'll see what I got going on after that and let you know how it went. I'll be right back with you. All right, so that's hot. Let me try to remember this. This right here is the bracket I started out with. It just wasn't working. Was not gonna work. Let me sit you down real quick. Was not gonna work. Well, the important part of the bracket is this. Well, I suck at this cord. But it wouldn't, my TV cable wasn't running level. So I put this nut on it as a spacer, and it works pretty good. It'll sit about like that. Well, then I was worried about the spacing or the flimsiness of it, so I was going to put some gussets in it. Was looking at this and figured I would just try it, see how it would fit in there. How did I have it? Just like that. Oh, I can't even see it. Just like that, I could follow this whole piece and gusset this whole thing. I will have to trim this top part out to put the cable in, I'll probably go with about that eye and angle it down a little bit, run it back. But yeah, we can almost gusset this whole thing, so I'm not worried about it being flimsy anymore. I guess the throttle cable, if it shouldn't get flimsy. I'm not planning on getting all crazy and whiskey throttle and all that, but if it does bend, we can bend it back. But the TV cable is what I'm worried about keeping solid, because if it gets a little bit out of adjustment, at first it annoys the crap out of me because of the way it shifts, but it is bad on the transmission. So I'm going to weld this up and take her over to the old powder coat, hit it with some paint, and I'll get right back with you and show you what the finished product looks like. I think it'll work. Alright, it's all done and painted. Oh shit, it fell. The more I think about it, the more I might go ahead and, I don't know. I'm gonna put it on and try it. If it travels around any, then I'm gonna go ahead and gusset the throttle part too, but I don't know. I think it'll work though. It's a lot better than what we started with. We'll see if that'll work. This will honestly probably be the end of this video. On this video, we did the sending unit, dropped the tank, did the distributor, the carb. I think the intake was on the last video. But the next video will be fuel pump, finishing up this throttle, deleting some of these wires. I actually have a radiator we ordered tonight. We started it and it was steaming pretty good. And on the inside of here, it looks like it's been leaking down. Looks like it's been leaking here. We're gonna get a new hose. That'll probably wrap up the next video, maybe. Fuel pump, throttle, kick down cable. Probably be a test drive in that video. If we can get all that done, there'll definitely be a test drive. We're gonna time it, probably the next video. And then there's just all kinds of little stuff. And hopefully by the end of next week, either next Friday or the following Monday, I'm going to get my stuff for the bed and start building my frame. And after that, I don't know, we're getting close. Still got a lot to do, but we're getting close. It's down to, I don't think there's, unless something completely dumb goes wrong, I don't think there's actually nothing that can prevent us from making it. My wife asked me the other day what happens if something happens and we don't make it. I told her we're still going, we'll just take the Denali and we'll ride around. Regardless, we're going on the power tour, but give it all we got to get this to the power tour. Shouldn't be too hard unless there's just something absolutely dumb that happens. But hope that don't happen. We just got a lot of buttoning up and checking, and well, the calipers should be in sometime too. That'll probably be on a video soon. Next one, the one after that. I don't know. I can go about 3 days, and I have enough to make a video, so I don't have a video that's a mile long. I know when I watch those, I get bored with it. But, yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, like, subscribe, comment down on the bottom. Tell us if we could have done something easier, or if we just completely messed something up, or if you got any tips. We're dying for tips. I guess for 5 or 6 years, I've never actually really messed with carb swapping and tinkering with a daily. I've always done derby cars where you need 3 wires and bare minimum no vacuum, bare minimum everything, and well, this is a little different. I need to get my power brakes hooked up. There's all kinds of little stuff to do, but some of that stuff you can knock out 4 or 5 things in one evening just in a couple hours. So we're still looking good, but we'll get that tomorrow, or well, next video we'll throw that bracket on and all that. But thanks for watching. Have a good one.